Whether you realize it or not, instant kills appear all the time in media. Rick uses it as a deterrent, Saitama enforces it with his every movement, Shigaraki administers it in one's justice, a throw across the map with a tomahawk accomplishes the feat, and even literally every enemy in Super Mario Bros. Possesses the power. The list goes on, and that begs the question, can it be done? Could you, the would-be assassin, possess this power in the real world? Let's find out. To narrow down the possibilities for this ultimate assassination technique, let's lay down the ground rules. 1. It must kill the person. It's kind of a duh there. 2. It must be accomplished instantly. Even though Thanos can turn the best of us into dust bunnies, it is an instant. 3. It must be discreet. Yeah, shooting someone with a lightning gun would probably fry them pretty quick, but that isn't really what we want here. 4. It must be both offensive and defensive, because what if someone tries to assassinate you? And finally, what I consider to be the most important, it cannot harm the user. Let's try to keep the double-edged swords to a minimum. With all that in mind for an insta-kill, I had to cross some things mentally off my arsenal. Guns, knives, swords, crossbows, fire, gas, grenades, bows, suffocation, electricity, and disease all fail at one category or another in my earlier list. Other, more creative methods also fail at one aspect or another. High doses of radiation can kill you pretty fast, but also everyone in your general vicinity, including yourself. Acids don't really work well either because of the time it usually takes for them to get into effect. Plus, it's not really that practical to throw a vial of hydrofluoric acid at somebody out of the blue. Watching anime, which has been known time and time again to destroy what little brain cells angsty kids have left, also isn't that viable of a choice. Forcing Kim Jong-un to watch Pokemon until he's brain dead is not really that effective. So what does that leave us with? Well, our two target spots in the human body are the heart and the brain. If either of these two major systems fail, death is pretty imminent. After a sizable amount of research and what I'm sure is enough evidence of terrorism on my search history to put me in prison, FBI, open up! I found what I believe is the perfect method. The cardiac glycoside known as digoxin is a drug widely used for the treatment of heart failure. It is a very toxic compound with an estimated lethal dose being only a few milligrams. The exact minimum lethal dose of it is 10 milligrams, but why leave it at that? We want some kick to our poison, so let's up the dosage to 50 milligrams and liquefy it. Now, all this deadly dosage needs is some way to get into your victim's heart. The best way, I bet you'll never guess, is via your bloodstream. Usually, digoxin is taken in pills, but forced digestion isn't really fast or effective enough to work. So how would you accomplish it? Well, I actually got my idea from Spider-Man. On the web-slinger's hands are tiny hooked grabber things that let him climb up walls. Like Wolverine, he can retract them at will. This concept led me to my ultimate design of tiny needles all over the assassin's body. Okay, I know what you're thinking. That sounds really dumb. But hear me out. The world's smallest needle is known as the microcan and are about the width of a human hair at 60 to 70 microns long. If you were to implant thousands of those bad boys into the hair shafts on your skin, you would essentially be a human porcupine with supercharged poison laced through yourself. This concept fulfills all parts of our rules. It would kill the person almost instantly as the toxic blood is pumped to the heart. It is super discreet. I mean, who would look for that at TSA? It is defensive as well as offensive. You have hair shafts on your knuckles for punching poison. And unless you're an idiot and impale yourself on needles you stuck in your armpits, you can't really harm yourself. So sure, it may sound a bit far-fetched, but I think that this is the best way to accomplish the feat with the technology available in the modern world. I hope you all enjoyed this video on a question you might not have ever thought to ask. What do you think? Would you become the first deadly Sonic the Hedgehog? Or would you rather protest this ingenious invention? Let me know in the comments along with anything else that comes to your mind after watching this. Hope you liked the video, and if you did, I guess like the video, but please don't subscribe.